Hi, welcome to Radiant Royalty Yoga. Make sure you're hydrated and join me for this anxiety based yoga practice that will help relieve tension in the hips and the shoulders and the neck. So, if you have any props like a pillow, a blanket, a bolster, you can use that, or a block, or you can opt out of that. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use a pillow for extra comfort and support. So now we're going to come into some box breaths. So from here, you can begin to lengthen your spine, stick your chest out, and if you would like to put your tongue on the roof of your mouth to make it easier to intake more oxygen, you can do that. So you're going to inhale through your nose for 4, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. And you're going to repeat this breath 3 to 4 times at your own pace. From here, we're going to come into some neck stretches. So you can bring your chin slightly towards your chest, and then you can begin to sway your head to the right shoulder, right ear to right shoulder, and then sway left shoulder, left ear. Very gentle and very slow. And if you're having some neck pain and it's too aggravating, then you can opt out of this posture and you can just do some shoulder rolls here by lifting your shoulders toward your ear, bringing them back and down. Or if you would like to come into child's pose, that is always a neutral pose that you can go into that supports the spine. So from here, we're going to come into our next pose and we're going to do some shoulder circles as I mentioned. So once you find a comfortable seat, begin to lengthen your spine, stick your chest out, and then you're going to lift your shoulders towards your ears, up and then back and down. And you're going to repeat this movement for about 4 to 5 breaths. Inhaling as you reach your shoulders towards your ears, and then exhaling as you bring them back and down. From here, you can close your eyes if that makes it more easier for you to focus on those shoulder areas. Then you're going to reverse the motion forward. So you're going to bring your shoulders up towards the ears, forward and down. And just repeat this for a few breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. So now you can come on to all fours, and if this is too much pressure on your knees or wrist, you can always place a blanket or a towel or a pillow underneath. But then you're going to raise the right arm and you're going to thread it through the left arm and place your ear on to the mat. And from here, that free arm, you can extend it or you can wrap it around into a bind behind your hip. And from here, you can just take some cooling breaths in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Switch sides. You can roll those wrists out and then thread that left hand through the right arm and repeat on the opposite side. Remembering to be gentle with yourself, remembering to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just releasing any tension. Now we're going to come onto our hands and our knees with our hips over our knees, shoulders over wrists. And we're going to come into cat-cow, Marjarayasana, Bidalasana. So from here, you're going to inhale into cow and arch your back. And then you're going to exhale and round the spine. So inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift the tailbone and chest. Gaze up. Exhale into cat and round the spine, tuck the chin. And you can sway your hips here for some added movement if you would like. Or you can do circles. Whatever you need at this moment, take that opportunity to honor yourself. So now we are going to come into a child's pose. If you would like to use some support to fill the space between your hips and your ankles, you can use a pillow for support or a block. And you can reach your arms forward, lengthening your spine, pressing your forehead gently on the mat, and taking some breaths here. So you can now come out of child's pose, walk your fingers back to a neutral position, an upright position. Taking your time. And from here, we're going to come into our figure four pose, our seated figure four pose. So you want to be seated on the mat. You want to have your feet flat onto the mat, knees bent. And then you can take one foot and place it on to the opposite thigh, flexing the foot. And if you would like to get a deeper stretch, you can bring the foot onto the mat closer to your hips. Or if you are comfortable where you are, you can keep your feet further distance apart. And if you would like to add in some gentle rocking movement, that is an option for you. Or you can just stay still, but make sure you are not doing anything that is causing you to feel pain. Just keep on breathing in and out your nose and mouth. And then you're going to do this and repeat on the opposite side. So bring the opposite foot up to the knee, flex the foot, and just take some breaths here. So now we're going to come into a reclined butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. And from here, you can grab some pillows for support or blocks, and you're going to place them on the outside of your knees. And then you're going to bring the outsides of the feet together, and you're going to allow your hips to fold down towards the floor. And you want to keep a neutral spine here, tummy in and up. And this pose may be a vulnerable pose for some, so you can grab a blanket if you would like, or just come into child's pose if that's more for your practice. You can also place your hands on your belly or your heart. And stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're going to come into a reclined toe stretch. You can bring yourself down to the mat. If you have a strap, you can use that, or you can use a shirt or a towel. So place the strap on your foot, and then the opposite foot is going to be flat on the mat. And then you're going to lift that foot with the strap up. Make sure your leg is long, and make sure your back and your hips are flat on the mat. And then you're going to inhale, and when you exhale, you're going to begin to go deeper into the stretch if that's available. And then the opposite leg that's flat on the mat, you can extend that leg if that is in your practice. So we're going to switch to the opposite side and repeat. Place the opposite foot flat on the mat, or you can extend the leg. And then the foot with the strap, make sure your back is flat. Inhale, and then exhale to deepen the stretch. Stay here for a few breaths, and be kind and gentle with your body. And anything that is not comfortable, you can come out of it. Our next pose is the scorpion twist. This is a little bit of a more challenging pose, so if you would like to just come into Shavasana, you can do that. Or you can come into crocodile and just lay on your stomach, stack your arms, and place your forehead on your head. But for those who want to do the scorpion, you can come into a letter T shape. And from here, you're going to bring your right hand in line with your chest and bend your elbow. You're going to then bring your right leg up and over your left leg and place your left ear flat on the mat. Opposite ear. Inhale and exhale in this twist. And if you would like to come onto the tippy toe, you can, or you can just have your feet go as far as they can. Or you can point your toe. Remembering to breathe, inhale and exhale deeper into the twist. Next, we're going to repeat on the opposite side. So you're going to bring your left arm in line with your chest. And then you're going to bring your left leg up and over. And you can place your right ear on the ground. And then you can raise your toe. That is behind you. Or you can point your toe, or whatever is available to you, and just take a few breaths here. Stack your arms and come into crocodile pose for a regulating posture and a restful posture before we begin to close out of our practice for today. Take this time to thank your body for all of the hard work and for the self-care that you've shown yourself. We're going to come into a stretch that supports the vagus nerve, ear to shoulder. But if you are having any agitation with your neck, you can opt out of this posture and come into a child's pose. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder and bring the left hand to the right ear. Do not pull. We're just using this hand as a weight. And then after a few breaths, repeat this same sequence on the opposite side, breathing into the side of the neck. And we're going to come into our ending posture, which is a chest opener. We're going to cactus our elbows, open our arms, roll our shoulders back, and we're going to take a few breaths here. And I just want to leave you with some affirmations. Each breath brings presence. I honor what ends and trust what begins. I allow myself to let go like leaves on trees. I am being renewed daily. Namaste.